Hi everyone, this is K.N.Fitzwater and this is one of my vlogs. This is going to be a little different from the normal vlogs. This is kind of behind the scenes. One of the things that could happen to an author is a breakdown of equipment. Lenny, my laptop, died pretty much. I'm kind of sad that I lost something that I have been working with for the past 2 years. But I'm not distressed or devastated because I have backups. And I also have Benny right over there. He's kind of right there with the cute mountain vistage. I haven't lost any of my data. I haven't lost my manuscript. I haven't lost anything. I haven't lost anything that's important concerning my business. I'm just losing a friend. Like I said, I've worked with this laptop for a couple of years, and it's an older laptop. It's a hand-me-down from my sister. My sister is a heavy tech user. She didn't like how it was just not working quite right. When it came down to me, I noticed that it had a few quirks. Like not all the keys in the keyboard will type out right, and it does get a little hot. It's kind of weird. Like today, I took it out after a month or so of not using it. I transferred all of my work over to Benny. I decided, oh, there's going to be people working on the house. I'll bring my laptop out. So that way, in case they need me, they could grab me and I could just do my work. And it was fine. All I did different was just switch out my security features, which everything downloaded properly. It rebooted fine. I was able to work on it for hours. And I decided, oh, I'll probably will save the latest file of the manuscript on the laptop, and my gut feeling told me, no, just put it on your flash drive because you're just going to put it on Benny anyway. So poor Lenny was shut down like 6 p.m. Never really came back. Something happened with my user profile, so I'll have to research what's going on with this and see if there's anything I could salvage. But honestly, the only thing I would lose is stuff I already moved to. If you're a new author or you are a author that's been at it for a little while but haven't thought about this, do use backups. Technology will decay. They do run down from use. They are mortal. They will serve their use and they just putter out. Whether it's a hardware issue or it's a software issue. And I think it's a software issue with this poor guy. I always try to back up once a week. I've been doing this more often because of the thunderstorms that we had in the past few days and the blackout that came from it. So I am currently working from the flash drive right now. So yeah, always consider backups. I would not recommend cloud if you could help it. Cloud is a very hackable server. If you're able to save it on a physical copy like a hard drive or a CD-ROM, that's the best way to go. They're not going to hack from it except for the computer that you upload it to. It's a lot easier to hack into a cloud than it is your actual computer. So if you have content floating out there and such, you know, it wouldn't take much to go ahead, save it in a flash drive or a CD and just delete it from the cloud and just like store it away. It won't take much. It may be like a couple of hours of your time, but it's worth it. And it's worth to have backups because you have situations like these where they just stop working all of a sudden. I'm going to figure out what I can do for Lenny, the laptop. I'm going to research a little bit through Benny. See if it is a hard drive issue or it's of a software issue. And go from there. Yeah, just a little PSA. I may do a huge video about my research in saving Lenny. Saving Private Lenny. I may just cut to that video of me researching it later on. Okay, so this is the next day. Benny is currently in the fix box. There he is. If I could save him, he will be out of the box. But for now, he's in there. I'm still keeping him charged because the battery life for Lenny is only an hour. So I'm going to take the time to talk about where I am in my writing process. I am almost done with this draft. This draft is in response to the beta feedback I received during December and January. And I am on this page right here. So if you were on Instagram, you probably saw this post earlier. I was flipping through the pages and getting myself organized for the last section of edits, and I saw this page, this lovely color page, and I thought, oh boy, this one. Without spoiling anything, I am inserting 2 scenes in the climax and just give a little bit more showtime for the minor characters. Really showcase the struggle they were going through at the end of the book. Gonna make it interesting. The beta readers wanted to know more of what's going on, and at the time I thought, oh, this would be rather boring. I thought about it as I was going through my normal edits, and the idea hit me how I'm going to really up it and make it interesting. Just turn it up a notch. So I'm inserting 2 scenes. One of them is a fight scene, the other is a special scene. I'm going to do that in that chapter. Let me see. Oh, and I'm probably going to cut back to the new scene. Just break it up for tension and fun's sake. So that's where I'm at. I don't think I'm going to finish that this weekend. I have a dermatology appointment where they're going to look all over me. Hopefully nothing embarrassing happens. It's my first dermatology appointment ever. I have spots all over my body, and I thought, oh, they're just freckles or just sunspots, and my normal doctor said, oh no, we need to have those looked. So she sent me to the specialist, and we're gonna see what they say. I even had a nightmare over this. Well, not really a nightmare, just a weird dream where I'm thinking about this dermatology thing, and it's kind of like a comedy of errors where I'm dealing with this dysfunctional hospital, and I had to deal with these really outrageous characters trying to take care of me and have me go on this steel table and just so they could examine me. I doubt I'm going to be lying down when they're going to examine me. It's just a weird dream. I think it's just a worry dream. I'm still kind of concerned about it. I think this is also a good time to talk about where I want to go after my manuscript. I know most of you are indie authors. You are into self-publishing. I wish I could jump into the boat. For the longest time, I thought I'm gonna have to do this on my own. No one's gonna want me with my books. It's just not gonna be accepted. And as I thought about it, I realized I'm poor. I don't have the finances to do the quality of work that I wanted to do. And the stuff that I want to have done that I could just download or work with are more than 100 books. And I don't have the finances to spend that much money to get this all published. I also know that in order to start my own publishing company, I have to be an LLC. Work my butt off being a customer representative, be a marketer, on top of writing and editing. I would have to get a freelance editor, I would have to get a book designer for the covers, and I have to create my own blurb, all this fun stuff. And I thought, you know, traditional publishing is not all too bad. So yes, it's probably cool to be this entrepreneur, creating your own publishing company and selling your own books and take over the world. It's cool, but I don't have the resources to do that. I mean, I have Adobe, I have Microsoft Word, I have the whole office, I have my phone system. I mean, I probably could do it, but the quality and the time management, I just really don't. I don't have a personality type where I could switch between hats in a rapid fire and just have this energy to just do something creative on the side. I just don't. I was sort of getting into the whole social media bit where I was blogging on my Facebook once a week, trying to do an Instagram once a week, maybe daily, depending on the Instagram challenges, and doing my YouTube once every 2 weeks. And it was just eating my time for editing. That's why the whole process really slowed down. And I thought, you know, I put my priorities in the wrong place. Just even working on social media, I really detracted from my writing, from my editing. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to do less. If you haven't noticed by now, I am doing less. I stayed away from blogging on Facebook. With the Facebook algorithms, my current blog posts are not really being seen. I know I finally got my hard drive back so I could do videos, and that's been doing very well in June, so I'm not going to change that up. I'm able to work my time around YouTube videos, so you're not going to go away. You get to see more of these videos. I am going to try to change up how I'm doing my videos though, so it's a little bit more bloggy kind of videos. Gonna see if you guys like those. I am going to try my best to do more on Instagram, but they're going to be less Instagram challengey, a little bit more behind the scenes. I may pull some content from what I'm working on, though right now I'm so close to the end. I think I will be showcasing more of my other project. If you were on Instagram, you probably heard of this project. It's the House of Seven Sons. I was working on this while the Doppelganger Queen was being beta read. I thought, oh, I could finish my first draft while I was beta read, and I only got 10,000 words in. So I thought, this is harder than I thought. So far, it's coming off as a kind of a weird fantasy feel for a YA story. I think this is a YA story. I know that some people would say it's not YA, even though you have a teenager protagonist. I'm going to double check that and bounce off of people to see if this is YA appropriate. But I do have a teenage protagonist, and she's got stuff she's got to work with. It's not a urban contemporary kind of fantasy. It's nothing like that. It's kind of Howl's Moving Castle kind of weird fantasy. I don't know how to describe it. I never had a story like this before. I'm pretty sure it is fantasy. There's some magical mechanisms going on. There are some magical beings that she's dealing with. Celestial beings, if you will. So that's what I will be doing. After I finish up the Doppelganger Queen, I'm going to query some agents, send it out there, send out the samples, etc. And I'll hop into the House of Seven Suns, so I won't be driven crazy by waiting. I'm not the type of person to wait around and sit on my hands. I just can't. I probably could do a week's worth of vacation, but I feel like I've done this before, and I felt like I was dying inside, and I was losing my soul. That's what happens when you go away from your work for a long time. At least work you're very passionate about. So I'm just going to work on something else while I wait. And I'm planning to do 5 submissions for the Doppelganger Queen. See what they say. If they say, oh, you're almost there, you just gotta work on XYZ, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry, because there's some stuff I probably need to do. I'm kind of gambling here whether I should send it out this early. Technically, one is supposed to do 5 drafts before you send it out there. That way you have enough revisions for them to even look at it and tell you, hey, you know, this is sufficient, we could go from here, to, you gotta work on it some more. Because I worked at a snail's pace, and I've been meticulously going through every line as I go, I think I'm good enough to just send it out there, and we'll see what they say. I don't expect a fast response time. I expect probably 6 weeks, which is the average, to just hear something back from them. It is a pretty lengthy novel. I'm probably going to hit close to under 10,000 words, which is, I'm at close to 360 pages, so that will take a while for them to look at. If they ask for more content, which I think they will. I think a small handful of them will say, hey, can I have some more? Can I look at this? So I don't expect all of them to ask for the rest of the manuscript, but I expect at least 1 or 2 to ask for more, just to see if it's, you know, if it's not a fluke, and if it's stay consistent throughout. So am I a little bit nervous? Yes. I am a bit nervous, but I'm not going to be devastated if they say no, because I know where to go if they are going to say no, if they don't give anything. Yeah, that's where I am right now. So I'll be working on the Doppelganger Queen after my dermatology. Probably later on tonight I will research what to do with Lenny, and just go from there. I will see you again. Hi! So we're outdoors because I'm going to try to save Lenny. Poor Lenny. His keyboard and mouse was not responding in the normal mode. When I go to the boot menu or any of the DOS programs, it was able to respond, but when it comes to typing the password down, it didn't work. It just froze. I'm going to make sure it's not an external one let's see if I'm able to progress. So it's kind of a bit of a 2 steps back on this. So it's getting on in the afternoon. This is kind of the backyard. All the lovely trees that we have here. Tried to make a nice tiki torch patio. So that's my backyard. I'm kind of sad that Lenny is having this type of issue. I love taking him outside and just working on the editing and any other stuff out here. It's just very gorgeous. So I'm going to try my best to save him. Oh, and turns out dermatology wasn't all too bad. There was nothing for me to be embarrassed about. They just really don't care. They only care about the spots that I have. And turns out I'm pretty normal. Well, not normal. I have a lot of benign spots. The ones that were concerned were symmetrical. They have a halo effect. They say, oh, that's unique. That's really cool. So we're going to make sure they don't change, and if they do, you know, we'll talk about it later. I'm going to schedule 6 months out to see them, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to change. They biopsy one, which is near my hip joint, because it's in a triangle shape, which is interesting. So they're concerned about that one than my halos. Yeah. They call me special. I'm special. I didn't have to worry about dermatology. They're very nice people. The PA was very awesome. She's really kind, and the biopsy was not painful at all. I was able to let them know where it hurts, you know, without screaming or anything. And right now, it's bandaged in a way. It has a sponge on it, and I don't feel any pain, but that's the lidocaine for the moment. So we'll see how it is in a few hours. So that part is fine. I really had no reason to be worried. I don't know why I was worried. Oh well. So I'm going to try to work on Lenny here and try to save him. And wish me good luck.